Hello, Elaine here with Elaine's Creations, and in this video I am going to do a series of 3 videos. This is the first of 3, talking about Switcher Studio, the software that I use to create my videos and to do my lives. So today I'm going to give you a preview and tell you some preparation and basic steps to take when preparing to use Switcher Studio. So Switcher Studio is a software program that you can use to switch between iPhones and iPads and computers. It only works with the Mac iOS, so unfortunately it does not work with Android or other devices right now, maybe in the future. But it is great for easily switching from different devices, as well as being able to stream to 2 locations at the same time. Or you can record your videos and edit them later. So to start off, I have an iPad, and that's the one that I have focused on me right now. And then I'm going to show you that I have an iPhone up here, and that is facing down. It's attached to my Archon stand, and so you can see my hands and what I'm doing down here. Next, I have connected my laptop. And I currently have it on the Stampin' Up website, so you can see what's going on my laptop. And then I also have another iPhone connected here, and that is showing my Switcher Studio interface. So this is my interface. So I see all my previews here, and if I click on something, that's going to show me my preview. I can also have overlays that I can create, as well as just a graphic that I can put up. So there's many options that you can do, but to start off, I use a Archon stand that you can purchase directly from Archon, and I have an iPad holder and an iPhone holder at the top. And so I also have everything attached to power. So I have my iPad plugged in, I have my iPhones plugged in, and I have 2 light sources here that are on me. I actually have a third light source that is shining down onto my cards and hands. So you want to have a lot of good light, or be in a well lighted room. I have skylights above me as well, and just can lights that are turned on as well. So I have a ton of light, and it just makes everything look better when you have a lot of light. I'm gonna switch over to this view over here and then preview that so you can kind of see me as well. I also have actually let me go to the down. I have this piece of like vinyl. It's almost like wallpaper, and I use it as my backdrop. So see, it's kind of like wallpaper. It probably is wallpaper. Or you can get pads like this that I used to use, and it's just almost like a big mouse pad. There's a little bit of cushion to it. That's why I still keep it down. But you just want to have a nice background for your cards that's nice and clean looking, but not distracting. So that's why I use this. You want to obviously have whatever you're going to be talking about prepared. So I have my cards prepared. I have all of my supplies to one side and my card supplies to the other side. I have my computer over here, and then I've got the computer screen ready, and then I've also got a little stand for my extra phone right now. It's kind of just a bunch of containers that I've stacked up for now, but that will do. So let me go back to this view so you can see what I'm seeing as well. So this has a tilt, so I can tilt this and change it to different directions. And then as far as Switcher Studio goes, this is the interface, and I just want to say a very big thank you to Switcher Studio for sponsoring me and sponsoring these videos so that I can share them with you and share with you how I use Switcher Studio. There's a couple of icons down here at the bottom. The first one shows you all of your sources. So there's my built-in camera into my iPod, and you can change the angle so you can have it go outward, which it doesn't see anything because I have a case on the iPad, or you can have it face like the selfie camera view. This is my display on my computer right here. And then I have Elaine, which is this one up here. And then Elaine's iPhone, which is the one you're looking at right now. There's also a FaceTime camera on my MacBook. So if I wanted to use that for another view, I could use that as well. And you can add more sources as well right there. And then if you want to stream, these are your options. So I have Facebook and YouTube set up. You can also do LinkedIn and Twitch. You can do a custom RTMP. That's getting a little bit complicated, but it's kind of, for me, a workaround. It was to get to YouTube. But so if you're streaming to different places, other streaming places, you can use this custom RTMP. I like to use the multi-streaming, so I'm just gonna, but I can't right now because I'm recording. So I will show you the multi-streaming when I'm actually streaming. You can click on that and you can pick two places. So I do Facebook and YouTube. There are other modes that you can do. I can't touch any of them now because I'm recording, but it looks like you can also stream to Zoom, Meet, Teams, Skype, and you can use it as a webcam for those. So that's another nice option. You can optimize your Wi-Fi. You want to make sure you have really strong Wi-Fi, or better yet, be plugged in. So my laptop is plugged in to the internet directly because I want that to have a really strong signal. This next one is for transitions. Right now I just have it on cut, which means it just goes directly. So if I double click on that, it just cuts right to the next scene. So cut. If you want to do cross dissolve, then when you click, it dissolves into the next one. So it's kind of a softer transition there. You can also do wipe. So that's going to wipe it sideways. Or this one's a little bit strange. You can do cube and it like turns a cube, or twist and it twists it. So you can get a little funky and fun, but I prefer to just cut or cross dissolve. So I'm going to keep that on cross dissolve. You can also zoom in. I can't right now because I'm recording, so I could manually, let's see, put this on preview, and then I can zoom in on the screen here. A little too close, a little too close. Then you can change your focus and your exposure and your white balance. You don't really need to worry about this. It's set up to automatic, but if you want to play around with it, and if you're familiar with camera settings, you would use these. You definitely want stabilization to be on to stabilize the video. And then you can lock the autofocus when you go live as well. We've got our volume here. So this is showing me that my built-in microphone is working. And then we've got polls. So if you go on Facebook, you can take polls and you can see the polls. You can have, let's see, join room. So this would be like for Zoom or Teams or Skype or something like that. This is switching the cameras around. And it looks like you can shuffle them or put them on an interval. So if you're recording one thing, it's kind of like recording like a play or some type of event, and you can have the cameras on a rotation if you want to. You can see comments when you are doing a live. They can show up here. So if you're streaming to Facebook, if you're streaming to YouTube, you can see them here as well. And then our three dots pulls up all of those icons. And you can take some off. So like, you know, if you're not going to use polling, you can take polling off. If you're not going to have remote guests, you can take that off. I'm not going to be auto switching, so I can just remove that. And then you can add these things back on. So I had already removed the scoreboard because I'm not going to be using the scoreboard. And then of course you can restore it to your default order. So I might have a remote guest once in a while, but I think I'm going to take that off for now because I don't need it, and it's nicer just to have the few controls that I use on there. Okay, so I'm going to close that. Okay, so these are all your sources here. Like I said, of course, you can add more. You can add more overlays, and you can do different groupings here. I like to just see the little boxes. That is helpful to me. Up here, we have all of our information on all of our sources and how much of the CPU and battery they are using if you want to know that information. There's also this network latency. So it says about 5 minutes right now. That's okay for when you're streaming for Wi-Fi. Okay. And of course we have the preview up here as well. This is the preview. This is to flip the camera. I'm not sure what AF is, but both of these are grayed out right now, so I can't use them while I'm recording. This is to mute, so if you want to mute yourself. So for instance, if I have this screen up and I want to mute myself, I can mute while I am setting up or getting ready. So that's something else. And then it says we are live right now. I'm recording, so it tells me how long I have been recording as well. Over here, when you stop recording, you can, right now this is my switcher, so I can't stop recording, but this is where you can get to your recordings. So I will record a separate piece so that you can see that as well. So those are the basics of Switcher Studio. I will be going over overlays and some other tips and tricks that you can do in my next video. So make sure to watch that. All the links will be in the description. Thanks, and I'll see you for the next video tutorial.